Good morning, y'all. It is day 136, and we're leaving the Lookout cabin or hostel. It's privately owned, a little bit off the AT, but it was a great place. Have these screened windows, so the windows were up and nice and cool, slept well. No rodents, no vermins that I saw. And yeah, it was really nice to get in out of the tent. And we had plenty of water. So going about 14.9, almost 15 miles today to Thistle Hill Shelter. Sounds pretty anyway, huh? I don't think there's any major climbs today. There may be some steep ascents. I have to look again. And I'm going to cross over a lot of pre-revolutionary roads today, so that's kind of interesting. And that's about it. There are two places to stop along the way for food, so we may do that as well. There's a general store. Apparently it has a lot of good grub about a mile off trail. And then there's a farm stand really close, like 0.1 or 0.2, which is easily walking distance. So we'll see how that plays out. But let's get going. Sew it around the gunnel of the frame of the. They build the framework and then they come and strip it, sew this, and then take sap. Over the past 5 or 6 miles, I have crossed over several roads, including Stage Road, Topman Hill Road, Bartlett Brook Road, Pomfret Road, and even Cloudland Road. They all have their own histories and points of interest, but they also share a common trait among themselves. They all wind through these eastern hills of Vermont and pass through some of the most idyllic small towns and communities of all of New England. and they showcase incredible scenes, especially during fall foliage. But it is down Cloudland Road where we find the Sleepy Hollow Farm. In the late 1780s, two young brothers, Samuel and John Doughton, left Connecticut and moved here to build neighboring farms. The two farms would remain in the family for the next century and a half. The 1950s saw the decline of many of these small farms, and Sleepy Hollow passed through several owners since then, and even was owned by Joe Perry, the famous guitarist for the rock band Aerosmith. But for the last 10 or 20 years, these farms and this area has become a magnet for photographers with its sweeping dirt driveways, farmhouses, barns, and maple trees. It has become a haven for anyone with cell phones, mobile photography, and Instagram. The hills, the morning mist on the ponds, and perfect sunlighting make it one of the most photographed areas in all of New England. Hey y'all. Well, day 136 coming to a close. I'm staying here at the Thistle Hill Shelter, which was built by the Dartmouth Outing Club back in 1996. And that club manages a lot of the AT Trail through Vermont and on into New Hampshire. Obviously, Dartmouth is over the river in Hanover, New Hampshire, which is where we'll be tomorrow. Looking forward to that. I've been on the trail now. I think tomorrow will be 12 days in a row. So I'm ready for that 0, which will occur not tomorrow, but the next day. Yeah, it was a good day. It was not as long. It was 14.9 miles, I think, almost 15. But we did do about 3,800 feet in elevation gain. So there were a lot of steep uphills. That's for sure. It got pretty hot today. It was in the 80s. But no rain. And we got off trail at like mile marker 5, I think, and went down the road to this farm stand that everybody said they have a lot of homemade farm, items, cheese and sandwiches and hummus and all kinds of stuff. And we got down there and they were closed today, so that didn't work out. So then we went over the next mountain, came to the next road, and we read where there was a Tego General Store. And so, we went down there and just had a fabulous lunch and There were several other hikers there, Chef, Cinderella, Big Dipper, they were all there. And yeah, that was fun. You know, we got a nice lunch and a beer. And then left there and got on over a few more hills. Found a raspberry patch up at the top of one mountain and had some nice raspberries, so that was cool. But yeah, just a pretty area here in Vermont. This is kind of one of those peak places where people come in when the leaves are turning colors in the fall. The leaf peepers, as they call it. But yeah, it's just gorgeous, all the maples here. I'm sure it really is spectacular in the fall. So did that and then pulled in here to the shelter. Got here pretty early, even taking the lunch. And got our dinner and we're all settling in. Here's 3 or 4 of us in the shelter. I think there's a family, a father with 2 or 3 sons camping nearby, so that's kind of cool. And that is it. Day 136 is being wrapped up and looking forward to tomorrow to get into Hanover because I get new shoes because these have huge holes in them and the tread's coming apart. So they lasted since Duncannon, Pennsylvania. So through all those rocks and ledges and the roots, they held up pretty well. I think I got close to maybe 600-700 miles out of those. So looking forward to that, and plus the zero. It is supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow, but, you know, that's okay. It's the last day. We'll just make it into town and get cleaned up. And that's the story. So thanks again, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you in the morning. Bye, y'all.